Right now. Oh, well, I bet.
How's the summer going?
It's going well.
I want to start with the video game. I saw you had some stuff on Snapchat about it. What happened?
Snapchat. Oh, that was on Instagram. I definitely signed up late. It wasn't nothing about that. I was focused on other things. But I had signed up late, but I already got in contact with them. I'm going to be on the game on the first update.
So have you played it?
Yes, I play it every day, all day.
So what's your go-to play?
I use Penn State, but I always use KJ Winston or Zach Wheatley.
What's like your go-to play? You're running the offense.
Oh, man. I'm blitzing. Oh, the offense? Get the ball to Nick Singleton. He a cheat code on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cheat code. He like a 92 overall, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Him and K-Tron.
Yeah.
They make them cheating on that game.
Jalen, James Franklin during his press conference up here said that Abdul Carter's use is going to be week to week, depending on where they use him at defensive end, linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
That versatility and the opponent not knowing how exactly you're going to use number 11, what does it do for you guys?
Like you just said, it brings a lot of versatility to the table. You know, Abdul already has reps at linebacker, you know, and then using his best ability to rush the passer, and that's his. I feel like that's his Abdul best trait. And using that at DN is gonna bring a lot of explosiveness on the defensive side of things. So we can use different packages and different formations to trick the offense and use Abdul Carter in his best form.
You saw a couple guys work their way to NFL draft status last year at defensive end, playing in front of you. How would you maybe compare, contrast what Abdul does off the edge versus what those guys were able to do?
You talking about like Chop and Adisa?
Chop and Adisa,
I feel like Abdul and Chop has a lot of similarities because how fast they are and how quick and explosive they are off the line. I feel like they both had done a great job of just preparing their get off, and their get off is the main thing, main important thing at the end. You know, the get off means everything. It's how you get off the ball and get to the quarterback the fastest way, because it only takes 3 seconds in the play. So I feel like Abdul, if he keep working on his craft and continue perfecting it, he's gonna be great there.
Jalen, have you?
From me personally or the team? I'm just willing to see how this team goes. You know, we lost a lot of key players last year. You know, I'm trying to make sure we still stand on what we stand on to make sure the standard is still upheld, even though we lost a lot of key players. And I'm excited to see a lot of young players step up this year. Not even young players, a lot of players that hasn't got their time and their shine yet. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
Jalen, have you?
What's it just like just to represent the school?
It's a great feeling, you know. Representing Penn State doesn't just mean by myself. I'm representing the players that play ahead of me, like Jaquan Brisker, Jair, to Joey Porter. You know, just to leave on that legacy that they left and leave my own legacy is a great feeling.
Jalen, have you played NCAA 25 yet?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on being in a video game?
No, I love that game. It's a game I've been waiting on since I was a kid, you know. And since I've been waiting on it as a kid, I'm kind of mad I signed up late. So that's like terrible on my end. So it's a.
Teammates hassled you at all about not getting in?
Yeah, they say I be messing up our defense because I'm not in there. They got like a bot in there that's supposed to be me, but it's not me at all.
That's what I was gonna say. I couldn't find your player rating. So
Yeah, I'm going to be on there in like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. Do you know what your rating is yet? Or
Nah, I don't know. I know it's gonna be good though. It's probably like 86, 87, something like that.
Did you like go into play and you're like, where am I? Like,
No, the couple days before the game came out, they hit me up like, yo, you don't want to be in there? And I'm like, oh. And everything was off up there, you know. But I talked to him, you know, I signed up for it. I'm going to be in there before the first game. Before the first game, I'll be in there.
Cool.
How excited have other guys on the team been just about being in a video game?
They're very excited. I mean, that's the main talk in the locker room now. I think people be forgetting about practice now. Like, all we talk about is the video game, you know. We be having a good time, you know. But it's a great feeling, though. Like, we put in a lot of hard work, and then just to be able to play, everybody's always waiting on be on the Madden video game, but now it's an opportunity to be on the NCAA video game. And I feel like it's a great opportunity in the world now, especially with NIL involved. You never know what opportunities can bring.
Well, now,
with
like,
the game.
your names are in it. Even in the past, like, it would have just been your number and your
Yeah.
height and all that. Does it make a difference, like, with your name being in it eventually?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Jalen, where will we see you on the field this year? Because we saw you doing a lot of different things in the blue-white game in that line position. So what's your role in this?
I'll be like defensive back. I'm going to start at safety, and I'm going to play lion too. I'm going to be doing both. They're going to try to use my versatility as much as we can, so we can get the best players on the field at the time. You know, with the three safety look at me at lion, we're trying to bring in Zach Wheatley so he can be a starter for us this year. You know, so we can have the best 11 at all times. So having Zach Ian and me, KJ and Zach Key flowing off each other is going to be a great thing. So I don't have no problem with sometimes moving from safety to the line position, going back and forth. It doesn't matter to me. As long as it's the best 11 on the field and help us go 1-0, I'm cool with it.
How do you pride do you take in that versatility that you're able to do this?
I take a lot of pride in it, you know, because it helps me in the National Football League when I try to make my talents there, you know. It brings a lot of versatility to my game. I'm not just a safety. I call myself a defensive back and a football player. And my natural ability always has been to be versatile, so it's kind of good.
James Franklin said today that he wants this team to be able to perform its best in the biggest moments, in the biggest games. He feels like that's the next step for the program. What does that mean to you?
I feel the same way as Coach Franklin. You know, I feel like the biggest moments this year is probably, you know, the biggest games. We all know the biggest games, you know. I feel like we have to step up to that challenge this year in order to get to where we want to go, especially with the college football playoffs extended. I feel like it's a great opportunity to show the world we can not only do it in the regular season, we can do it in the big games in the playoffs too.
Does that require a change? Is that something that you maybe feel like the standard wasn't quite where you wanted it to be in those matchups in recent years?
Nah, not necessarily. Just a few mistakes we had to clean up, you know. Mistakes that we could go over in practice. It just takes practice and just reps. As long as we get more reps at it and keep going over the same thing, we're going to be good.
What are some of those mistakes?
It's not certainly specific mistakes. It's just team overall mistakes, being undisciplined, not giving full effort sometimes, you know, just little things like that is going. If we just fix those things, we're gonna be good.
What have you seen from Julian Fleming going against him in practice?
Julian, I've seen a lot of things, you know. Julian is first off, he has a great character. He brings a lot of leadership qualities to the room, you know. And then on the field, you know, he's a real physical player, you know. He's a great blocker, you know. He catches the ball very strong. He runs good routes. He's gonna be a great addition to our team this year.
What would you tell us about Tony Rojas? I know Devon was very high on him earlier today and his ability to break out. What have you seen from him that maybe we haven't had a chance to see?
The main thing about Tony, I see he's a sponge. You know, he's always willing to learn. You know, a guy like Kobe King, he's always with Kobe. You know, they always with each other. I like the way that he's a sponge and take on information and help him to get better because he already has the natural talents to be an NFL linebacker. You know, we saw it early on. I forgot what game he had to break out. I think it was Maryland.
Yeah,
he got like an interception and a forced fumble, I guess. And I mean, just seeing him take on all the information, you know, and just retaining the information and applying it to everyday instances in the building and on the field is a great thing. I see him having a huge year this year.
Chuck Losey also told us that he's somebody who's already established himself as kind of a vocal presence, and that's not what you hear a lot about a guy who hasn't started a game yet. Have you seen that from Tony? Kind of the leadership qualities there?
Yeah. When I think Coach Losey's talking about, he does good in the leadership qualities, but he's real competitive. When he's competing, he's talking. You know, every day at workouts, summer workouts, when he's winning a rep, he's gonna let you know that. And that's a lot of things I like about that. You know, when we play on the field together, and you got that swag and that dominance, man, it brings a lot to our defense, and it helps us in the long run on the field.
And we got some easy questions for you. What's it like to be here today representing Penn State? What does this mean to you? And I think all the players before you and you've been picked to represent Penn State this year.
It's a great feeling, you know, especially me personally, you know, just my journey here at Penn State and how far I came. I just feel like it's just a blessing. I'm just taking it all in, going station to station.
Did you have a favorite player growing up in the NFL or college? Not necessarily Penn State, but, you know, obviously you're a football guy, somebody you looked up to?
You talking about like safety or any player?
Anybody, any kind of player.
Like I said earlier, I like my journey. So a guy I like to look at is like Lamar Jackson. Even though his whole little journey in the draft process is being picked last, trying to change his position, I'm kind of going through the little similar things, you know, trying to change my position. But it's just all about keeping your head on straight and just staying focused and keeping the main thing. So I like Lamar Jackson. That's my favorite player at any position, so I compare myself to him.
Last question. If you weren't playing big-time football, what would you be doing right now?
Do you guys know who, like, Kai Cenat is? The YouTuber? That's probably what I'd be doing. It's probably, like, YouTube content creator. I feel like I'm funny, so I use it a lot, so I'll probably use it in some areas.
What can you tell us about Coach Dex? I mean, a lot of guys who are Hall of Fame players don't necessarily become great coaches, but he's had such a good run. How is he doing that with these safeties that you guys have been putting into the league every year?
I just feel like it starts off with Coach Dex and his relationship with the players. You know, when you have a great relationship with your coach, it makes you play harder naturally, not just you want to do that. It just naturally comes off better, you know. And just his relationship with each and every one of the players in the room, not just the starters or the players that make the plays. He makes sure he builds that bond with you so you know and understand the qualities and what he wants to bring to the table each and every day.
What about the watch? Tell us about the watch.
Oh, no, this ain't nothing, man. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Nothing?
Nah.
It's pretty shocking.
No, ain't nothing.
Going back to high school, you played with Dante Moore a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, Dante is my guy.
Tell me a little bit about what it was like, because you were a couple of years older than him. So
yeah, but I played with him for 3 years. I played with him for 2 years. Oh, Dante's a great guy, you know. I'm looking forward to looking at him at Oregon and see what he does there, you know. I wish him the best, pray for him. I still talk to him every day. We were just playing the NCAA the other day, you know. So it's a good time with Dante. You know, that's my brother.
What did you see in him as a 15, 16-year-old freshman, sophomore?
Just his competitiveness, you know. He started off early, competing early. He did a great job of just coming in when we was in high school, taking the starting spot and taking advantage of each and every opportunity that came to him.
Did that short throw, was that always something he did? Just the short arm motion that he's got in terms of
I don't really know, you know. I was on defense.
Yeah.
I just knew he was throwing touchdowns.
You ever so he throw him on you, or?
Oh no, not on me. Not on me.
So,
Jalen, what do you feel the four West Coast teams bring to the Big Ten, the newcomers?
Just their style of play. You know, their style of play is different than the Big Ten. You know, they're usually pass first, and I feel like they're gonna have to get adjusted, and we're gonna have to get adjusted to their style of play. So I feel like it's gonna be a great opportunity there.
So do you feel you have anything you're looking forward to playing against those guys?
It brings me more opportunities to get interceptions.
So, Jalen, I think the fact that you're one of the three here is a sign that you are one of the leaders on this team.
Yeah.
Going into year 4, you've been a contributor since the second half of your freshman season. You mentioned earlier that the defense is losing some of those leadership. So how much was that aspect important, like something that you emphasize over the course of the offseason and spring practice?
What did you really try? Can you
just the leadership aspect of your role on this football team.
I'm taking it in well, you know. It's a blessing to see Coach Franklin looks at me as a leader already. And, I feel like it's time for me to step up in the leadership way anyway. I tried a little bit last year, but now I feel like it's really time, especially me being here and having all the experience.
Jalen, what would you say, what is Drew Allard like as a leader? I think he's talked in the past about maybe being a little bit more vocal. Mm-hmm. It's a huge position on the offense. Usually that guy has to be a leader. What have you seen from him maybe between last year and this year in terms of growth as a leader?
I feel like this summer he definitely had done a great job of improving his leadership qualities. Even though that's not really him as a person, he did a great job of just trying new things and trying to lead in his own way. And I respect that, you know, because every guy is not that outspoken leader or the leader try to talk all day. You know, he's just trying to lead in his own way, and I respect it.
And earlier you said you were looking